Researchers wanted to study how consumers' reactions to an ad may be affected by other ads. The researchers began by showing study participants an ad for a product, with some seeing a less detailed ad and others seeing a more detailed one. Then, all participants viewed the same second ad for a store and shared their opinion of the store based on this second ad. Participants who had first seen an ad less detailed than the second ad had a higher opinion of the store than the participants who had first seen a more detailed ad. So less detail leads to high opinion. And likewise, more detail must therefore lead to a lower opinion of the store. Okay? The researchers concluded that reactions to an ad may be affected by the detail of what they saw before. So the detail affects the opinion on the second ad. The number of people not the number of people who viewed the ad, that's not the issue. It's not the length of time of viewing the ad. The amount of detail, that's the key in the previous ad. It's not the time of day the ads that's viewed. It's the detail in the previous ad that changes the opinion of the second ad. Okay, inferences question. Let's read the text. Such and colleagues have identified a new carnivorous plant species, such and such, in Indonesia. Like other carnivorous plants, such and such has pitfall traps or pitchers that capture prey. But unlike others, the pitchers of such and such are located underground. How do they capture their prey? What are they looking for? Worms? The researchers unearthed the new species on fairly dry ridges with surfaces that host few other plants and animals. Therefore, the researchers hypothesized that such and such species likely cannot survive with plants and animals above ground. And the fact that it's dry ridges, or I might say without moisture in the ground. So somehow it either needs moisture and no above ground competition or some combination of that. So it likely represents one of many undiscovered carnivorous. Therefore, the researchers hypothesized that such and such species likely represents one of many undiscovered carnivorous plant species in the region. Not really. So how do we know there are many undiscovered? We don't know that. I don't think that's in the text. B, formed pitchers early in development to absorb more moisture. Well, we don't know why. It really doesn't tell us why in the text. Is buried by nearby animals as they forage along the ridges for food. So they hypothesize that it's buried by nearby animals. If it's buried by other animals, why would it be found where plants and animals are few? That doesn't make sense. Evolved to have underground traps to access more prey than would surface traps. Yes, it definitely did evolve that. Given where it was, it evolved that way. That's the only reasonable conclusion from this. Okay, we've got an inference question. In many cultures, a handshake can create trust between people. Such and his team are designing a robot to shake hands with a human in order to improve human-robot interactions. The robot hand adjusts its movements and pressures to better imitate the feel of a human hand. The researchers want the robot's handshake to feel realistic because they want robots to connect on a more emotional level with the humans. That seems to be the goal, and that's why they're adjusting the realistic handshake. If it's not the right pressure, then they won't believe it's humans. To connect with humans, or really maybe the better answer is to imitate humans in their handshake. That's why they're adjusting the pressure. So A, they want the handshake to feel realistically because lifelike handshakes may make people more comfortable interacting with robots. Yes, of course. That's it. B, it's easier to program a robot. No, this says nothing about being easier or harder to program. C, people are less likely to interact with robots that don't look. It's not about look. It's about the handshake. D, the robot in the researcher's study may have uses other than interacting. Well, yeah, it may, but this is all about creating a bond with a handshake. So D is correct. A is the right answer. A is the correct answer.